going on YouTube? So today I want to do my best picks against the spread for week 9. I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing now. So last week I believe I was actually only 2-3 against the spread. There was some actually some pretty unforeseen things that happened in the games that I predicted. So with the Baylor and Iowa State game, I had Baylor as a lock. I thought they were a lock for at least a 38-point win. Iowa State actually put up a pretty good fight, and Seth Russell went down. So, also another one that I thought was a lock was Indiana and Michigan State. I thought that Indiana would come close, but Indiana's been pretty brutal ever since that Rutgers comeback. And Michigan State ended up blowing them out of the water. So here's mine for week 9. So first one is Oklahoma State and Texas Tech. The line is Oklahoma State by 3. I'm going to take Oklahoma State -3 in this one just because looking at the matchups, looking at just looking at the previous stats from history, yes, a lot of the advantages line up well for Texas Tech. Just the fact of how close Oklahoma State's played a lot of good teams in the Big 12. The fact that it's going to be rocking in Lubbock, but you narrow it down to the numbers. Texas Tech's just brutal run defense. Patrick Mahomes hasn't been great the last couple weeks. I think that'll straighten out a little bit. But just the fact that anytime Oklahoma State's struggled, it's been against at least a decent defense. And Texas Tech does not have that. So I do think that it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think Oklahoma State's going to win by at least 10. So then move on to Syracuse and Florida State. So the line is Florida State by 20.5. So I'm going to take the Syracuse plus 20.5 here. So Syracuse, not a great team this year, but also Florida State can't seem to pull away from really anyone. So I think the biggest win they've had all year inside the ACC is a 20-point win. So I just don't see them matching that, especially after the hard loss they had last week. So yeah, like I said, pick Syracuse plus 20.5. So next one is Navy and South Florida. So South Florida does have 4 wins this year. They're a little bit better than normal. But it's still South Florida against a very good Navy team, and the line is Navy -7, so I'm going to take Navy -7 here. Obvious reasons, the only loss that Navy has, granted they did get beat pretty bad, but was against a very, very good Notre Dame team. So move on to Texas and Iowa State. So 2 teams that I think are in the bottom half of the Big 12 right now. Obviously Iowa State is. But Texas looks like they're getting better. They were able to beat a pretty decent Kansas State team last week, aside from their murdering against OU. They were able to beat them 23-9. And while Iowa State did find a good quarterback and it did put up a pretty good fight last week, I'm still going to take Texas -6.5. So move on to Michigan and Minnesota, and honestly probably my most sure pick of the week. So Michigan will be as pissed off as anyone in the country, I think, after the way they lost to Michigan State. I think they're just going to blow Minnesota out of the water, especially with what happened to Minnesota today. Jerry Kill retiring on the spot because of seizures. I don't think that Minnesota's going to... I think they're going to play spirited, but I don't think they're going to be able to compete with Michigan at all, and I think it's just going to be a blowout. So yeah, that's my best picks against the spread for week 9. See if I can actually get them 100% right. I did my college football pick 'em today, so that was a more complete version of my picks against the spread. But these are my, Yahoo College Football Pick'em only has a select set of games. And honestly, sometimes the lines are different. And these are just my overall 5 best bets for this week. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah.